Perfect.
All right, that all peeked out of the mic. Good. It's just gonna get picked up probably all over my mic. But yeah, not a lot to update on. You guys stayed in the layer of Tectos, now the layer of Ignakshi. Continued your valiant fight to defeat this scourge of a flame speaker that seems to have been a problem for the world of Theros at large, and
More like the layer of me.
exactly, you defeated this creature, leaving behind a husk of mostly cooled lava with some very minor like veins running through it of lava. You think Ignakshi as a threat likely has been snuffed out, for lack of a better term. However, you do know the lava itself, as Takik had sort of focused in on, was where the mind of the flame speaker was. So there might still be a little bit of life left there. What happens with that? Who knows? You also met a creature who has declared himself as the brother of Perforos, a man named Petros, who seems to be actively eroding in a adjacent lava cave, who wish for you to kill Ignakshi as well, and has just kind of been over there, also boiling away in a pool of lava. You guys did have a cave to the north that has fire elementals within it that seem to be at least guarding the cave, if not guarding these eggs that exist in there. And we can bring you guys back to the actual map that you're on. Are standing upon a horde of a dragon that used to live in this cave that has been kind of encrusted and likely protected from the rust monsters that lived in here by a layer of cooled over magma. And let me bring you
That
back.
and the properties of gold.
That and the properties of gold. However,
True.
other such treasures may have still also
Why is it so bright?
been eaten upon. I have added some coloration to the map as the cooling over of these lava pools with water has created quite a bit of steam, making it still pretty difficult to breathe down here. Not that it was easy to breathe before, and also obscured partially. But that has no real place to go, at least not very quickly. So it is sort of hanging in the air as you are all recovering from what just happened and discussing your next moves.
Just like a bathhouse.
Like a sauna.
Are we still in turn order?
You are not. Let me get rid of that.
Okay.
We got to worry about something else.
Well, I mean, this place is still dangerous, for sure. Like, there's still enemies here, and like Jason said, I don't think we can, like, breathe in the volcanic air for, a long time without suffering lung cancer.
You have only been in these caves for roughly, like, a couple of minutes.
Yeah. I think we can all see that the rest of us are pretty fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Where did my character sheet go? I don't have any more healing on me. I don't know how you guys are looking, like, restoration-wise.
I have 4 potions of healing left.
I think I have 1 potion of healing left.
Okay.
And I have 0 healing spells, I believe.
Pyrana speaks up and says, I am also out of healing, both in potions and in spells.
Okay, so you're tapped out in spells. I am also out of pretty much everything. I have no more rages, no more channel divinities, no more spell slots, no more whatever. So I don't think it's a good idea to really overextend ourselves at this moment. Because if we get into a bind, we're not fully equipped to deal with it.
Yeah, I was trying to save a spell slot for Tiny Hut, but I wasn't able to.
Well, I mean, even if we rested,
Yeah.
I guess I would still rather prefer like sleeping outside. It's not like this
Can
is a
we-
big
Definitely.
cave.
Can we come back in?
I
Just
don't see why
wanna-
we couldn't.
I kind of want to squirt on those fire elementals and look at those eggs, but I'll wait if
The fire
we can-
elementals.
I definitely don't want to go
I'm
fight
down.
fire elementals right now.
No, definitely
Yeah.
not. I think we need to at least catch a quick breather. Feel like
I
that
will
would
say,
definitely
however,
be useful.
any amount of resting we do right now, I will lose my fire resistance for future confrontation. So
That's fair.
that's another thing. It kind of sucks. I don't really want to fight right now, and I'm going to be
How
in a
much
bad
how many
spot
hit
later
points
on.
do you have?
I am at about a quarter.
How many do you have, Jockey?
What was the question?
Hit points?
I am at 26.
Out of 40?
52.
Holy shit.
52.
Um,
I will say I do have 2 potions of fire resistance left.
Oh, you have 2 more left.
fire resistance?
Yeah, fire resistant potions.
Oh wow, I didn't realize you guys bought that many.
I only
Yeah.
had healing potions.
That's because he had the cloak. I bought some because I didn't know who was gonna get the
Oh, okay.
blessing.
Well, that's definitely helpful.
Yeah. So I could give you
Um,
one with interest, of course. Considering though that
Yeah,
you have tanked a
I
decent amount
inspect
of
this. Okay.
damage, though, I could definitely see actually gifting one to you.
Yeah, so to keep getting closer, similar to on your way into the cave, you can hear almost like whispers coming from the pulsating lava that is still within the husk that you had previously kind of like shattered part of the way open. But instead of that kind of goading and taunting, semi full of itself voice, you hear what is essentially just like a very cold, shivering, almost like afraid voice as you approach it. Mostly just in unintelligible garbling at the moment.
And is it so does it look like it's just the cracks in the like husk, or is there like a little like I think how do I want to do this? Is it like standing? Like is it like a shape of her? Like a statue almost, or is it just like a crumpled like pile?
So pretty much was petrified by the geyser of water that had hit it. So it's still a humanoid form. You blasted away a lot of like essentially like a grenade went off on this thing's chest, and there's still like the head of this creature, and like as if it was standing up in that same way it was attacking Athan previously.
Mm.
But I believe Athan did lay it on the ground, so kind of again.
it
just
is.
a
I
statue
do
that is
remember. I put it
on the
face
floor.
down on the floor.
And I'm gonna roll it
Okay,
over.
so you shattered the back of it. Okay.
Nice.
That's where she belongs.
Rolling it slash her over. Again, you just see this very cooled volcanic rock with slight sort of embers of lava running through it.
Ignakshi, can you hear me?
that come through at all?
A
Any
bit,
Barely.
yeah.
A little bit.
So for the sake of it, so that I make sure it actually comes through, just again, remember this is very like afraid, almost like a person lost looking for help, kind of like teeth chattering, shivering.
Mhm.
Yes.
Why have you caused all of this pain for my friend and the people of this kingdom?
The queen caused it.
How?
Did you say what, my woman?
Oh,
She doomed us. She doomed Theros. Stubborn like her god Keranos.
Um, Keranos, I would know is
God of storms, epiphanies, and kind of like foresight.
You didn't see that coming.
why why does she push on the boundaries of what is right if she serves the god of what did you sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to ask this. Why did she have foresight of things to come? Is that why she caused this?
I don't know what she heard or why she ended up making the decision, but she did, and it sent us all to our doom.
And why did you fall out of the true order of the flame speakers? What is this? I don't remember the name of it. Moltalk is like a
Flage. I think
why do
is
you
what
serve this flage?
I was not willingly serving Flage at the start. I simply was full of wrath and rage at the Queen sending us to our death. And when I appeared in the colophon to punish her for dooming us, the power of Flage seemed to flow from me to her. And Flage warmed my spirit from that point on. Kept me from this
Why does
cold,
Wait,
mortal
so
life.
so was she the one that led everyone to the Forge of Perforos? Were you there, or what do you mean she led you to your death?
She ordered me to go with King Anax and the colophon soldier Mycandus. She said it would provide favor from Perforos, where Anax had lost his in the battle. The siege of Akros.
This Flage, is he, I guess, would I know any tales of Flage?
So you can make me a Arcana check. There is just some like base stuff you do know about Flage, but
Fuck.
yeah. So especially from your time as a person who is pious towards Crufix, pretty much like a time existed in Theros where there were these almost like proto gods that kind of came from the fears of people in early Theros. The fear of like fire consuming everything was one of those, which sort of brought about the creation of Flage, the Eternal Fire, a titan that later in Theros history got locked away in the underworld because titans represented these very destructive, dangerous things to Theros.
Got it. Um, did something happen with the Titans being locked away? Is there a weakening of the chains that bind them to their prison?
The curse that afflicts me, King Anax, and Perforos has caused many things to start deteriorating. It has given me the ability to bring forth these creatures that spread the disease of metal, which you no doubt are familiar with at this point.
Is it something you can control, or is it like
I can't control
why are
it.
you can't or you can? Sorry.
Cannot.
Is there a way that it is the king with Perforos in his forge? Why are you here by yourself if it's the three of you that are bound?
The king left Perforos's forge after he was remade in an attempt to heal him of the poison that he was afflicted with during the battle. His single-minded nature, as he seemed to only be able to say his queen's name, Cymede, drove him to leave almost immediately. I came back here as I used to dwell here in Tectos's lair, but then the dragon left because it could not stand my affront to him.
Damn.
I did not wish to follow the king to any more doomed quests.
Do you know where Perforos is at this time?
I assume rotting away in Mount Velis.
And did he become ill? What happened? Why did the three of you get struck down, and by whom?
He was reforging King Anax at Anax's own request to try and heal him of what afflicted him. It was the purpose of us traveling there. And Perforos believed in his short-sightedness and vanity that he could create perfect things. Did not realize the poison would cause a flaw in the creation or the reforging of Anax. When his great hammer Akmon struck the anvil that Anax was on, we were all consumed with this curse. Fortunately for the Akroan that was with us, he had died beforehand, being used in the forging of King Anax.
Yes, we know of Macandus's fate. I'm looking for. I don't understand why Clothis has us bound to her will. If she's the one that.
Go ahead.
As I say, if she's struggling to keep the Titans in the underworld as it is her duty, and if the binds of Perforos are weakening, I can't imagine what may be going on, but
she's likely desperate to mend the
She
tears
probably
that
needs
the
help.
carelessness of the gods have created.
I guess, can I say at this point, Athen is like, what are you doing over there by yourself? What's going on?
You're not gonna like this, buddy.
Yeah.
It appears that Ignakshi, Perforos, and your king were all cursed when he was being reforged by Perforos. So it appears that our destruction of Ignakshi is the quest is. What am I trying to say? Can I just like relay the information in a way that I'm trying to convince him that it is the truth? I basically
relaying the information Ignakshi is not like deposing or refuting any of what has been said.
I'm trying to find.
Athen's biggest takeaway is, oh my god, how is she still alive?
Poke her with your spear.
Sorry, I'm trying to look for my notes on my dream that I had. Give me 1
Did she
second.
seem like she was being deceptive?
Taki could make an insight check if he is attempting to discern any of the information as being false.
Nice.
Seems truthful.
Okay, so my I'm trying to remember what these dreams, what they were interpreted as, but I guess the biggest thing, the Croans. Would I know? I'm trying to think back. Did I discern? Have I discerned anything about centaurs fighting Croans at any point?
You've spoken to, I think,
Was it? I think it
probably
was
not
the.
centaurs, minotaurs.
Hmm.
And that conversation that you've had with multiple people, I think Kia, Taranika, and somebody else who I'm forgetting the name of, that I think was at the Satyr's Half Horn, has been relayed to you as like a vision of the siege of Akros.
Oh, right. Okay.
The kind of forces and favors and champions of which lined up pretty closely with the imagery.
Do you wish to see your curse lifted and be freed from the grasp of Flage?
Flage's embrace is the only thing that stops the pain.
Right. But see, my friend over there knows that you're not dead yet. So you will die before we leave this cave. Unless I can convince him that you're willing to help us try and break this curse and free Perforos from his torment.
I don't need the help of some traitor.
I
Oh,
am
you're
of,
here right now.
I am of no use
We are.
in that regard, and as he states, I doubt he will look favorably upon me. I know it does not change your opinion of me, Acroan, but I did not intend to send Cymede to the arms of Flage. It just happened. It was my
Yeah,
first encounter with the Eternal Fire as well.
Is she alive still?
Yeah, I don't think she was lying about that when she told us that earlier.
Well, she's also still talking to us, so I do
No,
think she's
he's talking about
alive.
the
Draki
queen.
means Cymede.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did
I was
not
like,
mean
duh.
did not mean Ignashi.
My last question before you deal with the Crowan and you guys can figure out what's going on here. Are the eggs that I found in the back of this cave, are they the children of the dragon? I don't remember the name of.
Tectos.
Tectos?
They are, although I doubt they will hatch anytime soon.
How long would I know how long dragon eggs incubate?
You could make me another Arcana check.
Hell yeah. Fuck me.
Fucking decades, man.
You must
Fucking
throw them in the lava.
Yeah.
She
Ignashi.
does. She
You
does
know more
continue
heat
to
will
sort
help.
of speak after that, as well as you're trying to recall things about dragon eggs. And she's like, "Without Tectos here, I doubt the creatures within will feel comfortable to hatch, even guarded by these fire elementals."
Do you know where Tectos went?
He left the cave.
Right. Thomas M,
Hey.
you can talk to her now. I got nothing else.
All right, I don't know. Change my fucking thing, Jesus.
Maybe
Sorry, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say maybe the dragon will come back since Ignashi's power isn't quite tampering with the cave as much. And I'm assuming
Perhaps.
if you know, The dragon left his kid in the care of a pretty shit babysitter. As soon as he feels her power gone, we might have to skedaddle fast or face a dragon.
He did not leave them in the care of me.
Oh, I know that. I was being sarcastic. You stole his children.
I did not steal his children.
Well, you kicked him out of his place, so
I've taken nothing from Tectos. His hoard remains here. His eggs remain here. This is his
so
cave.
you took his home. Basically. Considering he's not here.
I do not control how sickening
I
he
think-
finds me.
We're getting off track. Ignakshi, where is Siamede? What do you mean that she's not dead?
She is in the arms of Flage. Technically, yes, in the underworld, but as you standing here before me is evidence of, the underworld is simply just another life. And for Siamede, at least, an eternal torture. Unless pulled from that, such as you.
And the I'm gonna call them Titans for lack of a better word. Titans, they're in sort of a Tartarus-esque place, right? Like it's not just the underworld as it stands. Like there's a separate section.
There's not really a section like a Tartarus for the Titans. There is like a eternal prison and like weird situation that I can't remember the particulars
literally
of.
what Tartarus is.
Right, but not this for mortals. The Titans are just bound to the underworld by chains created through, as you've been told by Terranica, the combined efforts of Clothis and Perforos.
So they're just there somewhere.
Yes.
Okay. And that's your doing? You sent her to Flage?
Like I said, it was not my intention when I had infiltrated the Colophon to send her to Flage specifically, but
Why does Flage want her? What?
I assume for the same reason Flage desires to burn the entirety of Theros. It is Flage's nature, consuming
why not
everything in a conflagration of fire.
Burn her and be done with it. I guess I don't understand. Does everyone that's burned by Flage end up in the underworld with him?
Not to my knowledge, and I would assume not because you are here. And you were killed by me.
Damn.
She got motion up in here.
Flage's influence also is, to my knowledge, not something that occurs on the mortal realm, as they have been bound beneath in the underworld. So the fire of Flage was contained.
I feel like it would take a lot of effort for someone to drag them specifically to themselves coming from the underworld. Seems like there might be a reason behind
That's what I'm trying to figure out, but
Siamedes,
I don't know why.
right?
Regardless,
I'm still trying to figure out. At this point, to me, I would assume that there is almost a war amongst the gods that is going on currently. There's been too many circumstances of weird shit happening, even with us being connected to Clothis and basically being excused from entering the realm of Erebos, and then I've had visions of Farika and Mogus potentially harming Perforos, and now we have Karanos being involved. I can't imagine that there's not something we're missing, like something
I
or
mean, yeah,
some
it's weird that essentially, like, Symede said Keranos told her to have them go to Perforos. Is that right? Like, she had a vision or something that like drove her to send them, right?
She had essentially, from what you experienced and have been brought back up to speed on as well from both Ignakshi and Terranica at this point. Ignakshi said, "No, I'm not doing that. Perforos does not want this. As one of the highest flame speakers that is here, I don't want to do this. This is a bad idea." To which Symede basically took the night to think about it, communing with Keranos. If there was a conversation there, or what specific omen or portent or sign she saw that sort of set her on the path to send it, you weren't particularly like involved with.
Okay, so she didn't say her reasoning. She just said
No,
my
she's
orders
just
are go.
right. My
Okay.
yeah, essentially like my omens are what I'm gonna follow. I'm not listening to you, and that's an order from the Queen of Akros, who doesn't technically
Okay.
have any authority over the Flame Speakers, but they do have a very close connection, so they do respect each other's authority, for lack of a better phrase.
Respect my authority.
All right. Well,
if it I think no matter what, the involvement of Keranos is something that brings me some for lack of a better term, fear of what may be going on, because he's not someone who tends to do things out of the goodness of his heart, more of a experiment on what's to come.
right, and I don't think Symede and Keranos were on bad terms. So either he, sent her to the wolves for some reason, or somehow she was tricked and he lost a faithful acolyte. Either way, like, that's probably a thread we can pull on to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
As for right here, right now, I say, Ignakshi, I don't really care if you've been tricked. That was a weakness of your own character. You should have stuck to your faith. I say kill them all and let Athreos sort them out. And he's gonna unstopper the decanter of endless water and just pour it over the remains of the lava until he doesn't hear her stupid little voice anymore.
Got it. That stops her from saying the thing she was about to say.
Yeah, I don't want to hear her talk anymore. She killed my queen and me.
For the sake of it, you guys do not
So.
hear whispers anymore, just to be clear. It does seem like that was the last bit of Ignakshi still present here.
Takika just kind of like looks up and is just like, wasn't really paying attention to that like interaction, and he just kind of looks around and he's like, I think I need to reach out to Krufix, and I need to go sit and be somewhere where I can and meditate and dwell on what has come to pass here.
It's fair.
It's understandable.
Yeah, should we just take 5? Figure out.
Pyrana does speak
I
up, and
do
she's
think-
like, Draki, did you say something about your little excursion to the other part of the cave?
Oh yeah, I made a friend over there.
A friend?
Yeah, I met good old Petros, who happened to be the brother of Perforos, so that's kind of cool.
Petros is
He
in
had a
this
very
cave?
Can
yeah, he had
I Can I like roll something? What do I know about Petros?
You can make me a religion check.
That button.
I mean,
That's just some guy.
Yeah, he seemed like he was kind of dying anyways, so he probably won't be around much longer. But he was saying Ignashi was kind of draining his power, so if like she's gone, then maybe he's feeling a little bit better. But he's also connected to Perforos, who's not in the best state. So it's kind of a snowball effect, I believe.
Well, this is a bad place for a snowball to be.
That's what I figured, and they're the snowballs right now. But we should probably go conversate with him.
I guess, yeah.
I don't think he has any more
What?
knowledge on Ignashi per se, but definitely might know some things about the dealings of the gods and if the Titans are, I don't know, getting loose in the underworld or breaking their bonds slowly.
Pyrana, as a follower of Perforos, does speak up. And she's like, Petros is, in myth and legend, supposed to be the twin brother of Perforos, created by Perforos himself. I believe because of the envy he had towards Mogus and Iroas and the kinship that they had.
The kinship where they spend all day punching each other in the face.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
You
thought they
guys hear
hated each
from
other.
far down the cave. Hey, Drocky, what is this goat-looking thing?
Oh, don't worry, it's fucking fireproof, so don't try and throw it in the lava.
Why would I? What?
Yeah, it's a long story. Careful, it's dangerous.
Boy.
I'll just stand right here
I
and
don't
look at
know
it.
if it's still dangerous or.
Should we go to him? Should we
Yeah,
go,
we probably should.
or
guess.
should we just let the
I,
key stand off with a goat thing?
I don't want him to. He says it's dangerous. That sounds like we should
I'm
help
playing
them.
my magic tree lute.
Oh, you can see it from the other side of the lava.
Does it seem to like my music?
Huh!
You can
I
make
need a
a
roll.
performance check. You do need to roll.
What is it? What was it?
Uh,
Athletics or?
Athletics or acrobatics for jumping?
I'm just gonna walk horizontal along the wall
Oh,
right
sorry,
here
no,
with my mask.
it's a dexterity saving throw. My bad.
Oh, dex saving throw.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean you can keep the original roll. I told you the wrong
okay,
thing.
I will. I don't know if that'll help me, but
I believe
Nathan, start
it does.
spraying the water on this.
it's perfect.
Yeah, you can.
I'm like horizontal. I'm literally 90 degrees off of the ground right now. Just
Oh, I should have
walking.
just grabbed onto your horns and swung across
No,
Indiana
I went
Jones
behind you.
style.
You were going faster than I was.
That's true. I am a
But
speedy cat.
anyways, does he like my song?
You do see it sort of is like tapping a hoof as it's standing there, otherwise motionless. Athan, the geyser of water, as you guys are sort of just freely moving through this cave right now, does make the lava solidify.
Just gotta fire walk that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't curl your toes in. Say successfully walk across fire.
I'm gonna hark inwards to what the hell did we say this guy's name was?
Petros.
Petros. Petro.
Hello,
Hey,
Petros.
Pedro.
We come in peace to speak with you, great sir. I heard that your little friend here, although he seems to like my music, may try and hurt me. I mean you no harm.
You hear from inside the cave. Proceed. As you walk past
Hey, what's
the
up? Long time no see.
creature does continue tapping its hoof, but does not seem to do anything.
He's just vibing.
Doesn't turn
Straight
and watch as you
vibes.
guys move past.
Jockey, that's
yeah,
a
there's
pile of
also-
rocks.
yeah, I was a little confused. There's also a god flame over here, or forever
Hello,
flame,
great
whatever you want to
Oh,
call
Petros.
there
it.
he is.
I'm looking at this. Hello, great
You had to
Petros.
get a little deeper into there.
Okay. Just so you know, Takik, about
Oh,
5 feet back, you start to feel, even though the flame seems like it is flickering and almost like down to its embers, you can still feel the heat of this fire, as if it is like a roaring flame in a hearth, even from where you currently stand.
Does it get Petra going? She like, oh my god, is
Petra,
that like her thing? Yeah.
What? Who?
Pyrana, I assume.
The Pyrana, yeah, that's what I meant. I thought it was Petra.
Pyrana does seem a little bit like starstruck entering this cave and seeing the fire, and then looks a little disgusted as she sees Petros. But then
Damn.
also still
Ew.
The brother,
so just as a reminder, this looks similar to essentially if the image in the Gods and You part of the journal for Perforos had their armor and different parts of them eroding and rusting away and just
Mhm.
left beneath sort of a sickly looking afflicted human beneath. There's still this imposing creature who seems to just be almost like sitting down in the lava with their hands just kind of supporting them as if they're taking a break on a hill looking at a sunset. And stars of Nyx do kind of like infuse the different parts of metal and shadows that are cast of this person. So you can see like a visage of Perforos, but in a very decrepit, beat down and sickly sort of state. But it does, despite the art not being exact, look like Perforos, as he appears in all imagery depicted.
oh my. You look as if you've become ill, my friend.
I am not well. Similar to my brother Perforos. The sickness, this affliction, it hurts
Down with
the
it?
soul. I assume because I was one of the first creations of Perforos, and I was made to be his twin, and part of him was used for my creation, that he is likely in a similar position to me. I'm afraid neither of us have much time left.
Where, like, how did you end up here?
I came here following Ignakshi. I was nearby the incident at Mount Velis, and I wished to figure out more of what happened. The king, Anax, had fled, apparently saying a name over and over again of the queen, Cymede. I came here to see what I could figure out and drive her from this lair, but by the time I got here, I was essentially immobile, and now I continue to rot here. I am of no use fighting. I cannot drive her out of here. And any time I attempt to approach her or confront her, she slinks away into the lava.
Yeah, she's a crafty little devil.
Well, friend, she is dead.
I am glad to hear it. Although I do not believe that is the end of my troubles or Perforos's.
So, you didn't actually see anything that happened. You just saw her leaving and followed her?
Yes, I spoke with Perforos before coming this way, though. I know of the reforging of King Anax and the curse that seemed to afflict all three of the survivors of the incident.
How did Perforos feel about the reforging?
Perforos was given the opportunity to craft something perfect. And much like myself, it is an irresistible urge, a temptation of a challenge.
I do love
Knowing
challenges.
that Mycandus was so pure in his valor and his holding to his oaths, it seemed in a short-sighted way that nothing could go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And King Anax was reforged, so Perforos did accomplish the task.
Right. Prior to this happening, Perforos didn't have any misgivings about anything else that was going on. I mean, he hadn't recently slighted another god in some way or saw something out of place. The reforging going wrong was a complete shock.
No, Perforos had not affronted any other gods.
Did anything seem off about his forge or anything the day of the reforging of the king?
As he recounts, the poison is what he believes caused the problem. His forge, in the way that he had already made it, and the weapon, the hammer, Akmon, his hammer, all perfect in their nature. It is this poison that afflicted Anax which caused the issue.
Hassan, do you remember when he remind me? Did he get sick or injured or poisoned when he was fighting?
Yeah, he was stabbed in battle with a poisoned blade. I believe it was. I forget the satyr person's name. Satyr
Xenos?
god.
The forces of Xenagos.
Yeah, it was one of them that did it.
Perforos
I don't know if it was Xenagos himself, but definitely one of his followers.
It is a major failing in Perforos' eyes of his own craft, for he had chosen Anax as his champion in the realm, not particularly for that battle, but he still wielded the armor and the weapons crafted by Perforos. He remembers the details of it quite well. It was a rage-blood minotaur named Rordon who wielded a great axe, coated in some Farrakha-made poison.
Hold on.
Oh my god, it's my fucking dream.
What is the name again?
So he is a Rage-blood minotaur, Rageblood.
I know how to spell rage and blood, Jason.
His name is Rordon, Rhordon.
Tell me, how is it that Perforos' great creation, this suit of armor, was able to be overcome? How is that possible?
I assume the murderous rage of a minotaur who worships the god of slaughter, Mogus, powered by a god of revel in murder, or a wannabe god of revel in murder, Xenagos, backed by some unknowable poison from the goddess of affliction and medicine. Seems like a
Good old-
strong combination of things to overcome another god's blessings or gifts.
Good old triple threat.
Clearly.
Xenagos caused many problems in the mortal realm of Theros during his time.
Yeah, he's kind of an asshole. Okay.
What do you know of Flage, the
The Eternal
Fire
Fire.
Titan? Yeah.
Flage used to roam the mortal realm, burning all things before mortals themselves and assisted by the gods were able to fight it back to one of the volcanoes on the mortal realm. Although it is something that he greatly desired not to do, Perforos agreed to quench the flame of Mount Kyr, creating an inactive volcano to trap Flage in the underworld beneath it, as it was one of the only ways to get him down there. Not only that, he built a temple to Heliod to plug the caldera that sits upon Mount Kyr. And together, Clothis and Perforos created the chains to bind them and keep them from doing anything that they might think of doing to escape the underworld.
Would it be safe to assume that the chains are failing now that Perforos is poisoned?
Yes.
Would that
I think that is
okay.
a safe assumption.
Now, it. Do you think that? I guess how is Perforos's relationship to those like Xenaghost, Mogir, and Farika?
Mm-hmm. Perforos and Mogus have no ill will towards each other and no reason to dislike one another. Mogus needs weapons to empower his followers to commit the murder and the slaughter that they do, and Perforos's ingenuity and creativity is ripe for creating weapons of such a nature.
Right.
Farika and Perforos, again, have no real reason to have an opinion one way or another about each other. The domains remain largely separate. Many people believe that a secret of the lava of Mount Velis is a healing property that Farika hid within the world. So people have gone to Mount Velis to seek cures for afflictions. But
Here's you of life.
Such as one of many secrets of medicine and affliction that Farika keeps hidden from the world.
So, I think it's safe to assume the only one who really had any, or who could really have any gain from this course of events would be Xenaghost. Because he kind of seems to hate all of you gods, right?
Xenaghost does hate all gods. He wanted to become a god himself to prove to Theros that gods are not special.
Hear me out, guys. I feel like Xenaghost really, was playing four-dimensional chess here and hoped that and my think is that I think that goes deeper. Like I think he poisoned King Anax and somehow convinced Cymede that Anax needed to go to Perforos in the hopes that Perforos would then be poisoned in turn. And I feel like this is a long con plan to just, if I can't be a god, then fuck it, burn the whole thing down.
I definitely agree with the statement of not there's too many coincidences here for it not to just have been happenstance. So I do think that is a very fair
I feel like
deduction.
we definitely need to investigate what led Cymede to so vehemently urge them to go to Perforos.
Was Xenaghost ever? How was he portrayed when he became a god? Was he? Did he have like red eyes?
Yes. If you're asking Petros, yes.
Yeah.
Eyes full of the desire to kill that was part of his character and myth from the beginning. He had killed his mother and left Skola Vale on his journey to discover more about Theros, but it's a
And if
Or-
I recall, he was in Akros shortly before King Annex was stabbed. Is that not correct? He had breached the city walls.
while the siege, which was his doing, was going on and diverting most of the Crowan army to the foothills by the Titan Steps. Xenagos did breach the city walls. He didn't fight his way in, he snuck in.
Right, like a coward.
Um.
So I wonder if you know, we thought it as like, yeah, he got in, but we defeated him. Maybe he wasn't there to take over. Maybe he was there to just lay the groundwork for this great scheme.
Can I make an investigation check on my shadow?
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Son of a bitch, dude.
Gotta be shadowing.
It's really weird. You can't even see your shadow
It's really bright in here.
as you're looking around.
Can I
You
see
know,
everyone
that's
else's
probably
shadow?
why.
You indeed can.
Guys, I have not great news.
Yeah.
Well, first,
What's
let me be a little more dramatic with this really quick.
That seemed pretty
Okay.
dramatic.
Just kind of turn around, and I'm just gonna. I don't have anything cool to use for this, so I'm just gonna speak and say, Xenaghost, is it you that has been a part of me since I don't know when, but are you the one that snuck into my dreams and have been following us in my shadow?
You just speak that to the air.
Yeah, just like with some sort of like challenge in the voice. I don't know what you want to call that, but
Make a perception check.
oh damn it.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
You don't hear a response, but instead of the sort of like tapping of the hoof that was kind of going from the sentinel, you do hear sort of like a rutting into the ground of a hoof and the kind of faint breathing out of air. Whether or not these creatures actually breathe air, you don't know.
Do
Steam.
they breathe air? You don't know.
Steam.
What's a
yeah,
mechanical creature?
heated air, stuff like that. But you hear no response from of which you would understand as Xenagos replying.
In an effort to preserve our friend here, I think it may be in our best interest to leave quickly.
Yeah, Athens still isn't quite sure what you're on about, and he's like, "What are you
Okay.
doing?"
I think that I think I told you guys about the dream of me being on top of the mountain, and I don't know if I told you guys that. Basically, I'm just gonna look at you guys and be like, I think that Xenagos has been haunting my shadow since we first made it to, what is her name?
Kia.
Kia's house.
Oh,
I had a dream, and I've been seeing something in my shadow. Not continually, but I believe that what I thought was something good is far worse than I could have imagined.
That is deeply concerning. Yeah.
That is, yeah.
And if what our friend here is saying is true, I think that we need to get some distance between us and him in case destruction comes upon him and causes further pain
Okay.
to Perforos.
Before you flee or leave or whatever it is that you're doing, I do have
Leave.
also some slightly worrying news to inform you of.
Just keeps getting better, huh?
I didn't realize I would have such good company giving this news. Anax left Mount Velis saying Simede's name, and that was the only thing he could say. Perforos has since divined where he is going, and it is not good for the realm of Theros.
I have a feeling I know where it is.
We have spoken much of it already. It is Mount
Is
Kier.
it? Yeah.
Oh God.
This would normally not be
Our
such an
gods.
issue per the stalwartness of Mount Kier's shrine to Heliod being a creation of Perforos himself to use as a plug for the volcano. However, in the creation of reforging King Anax, some of the magic from Perforos's hammer Akmon exists in the axe of Anax, and it is one of the only things that can destroy the seal, which would not in itself be a problem if the Titans were still bound in the underworld.
Yeah, we get the pictures. A lot of dominoes falling.
Yeah. Holy shit.
World's going to shit.
So you are aware, just to make sure I don't let you leave here without being informed, the temple is a dual temple. It is not just a temple to Heliod. Underneath is a temple to Erebos. It is at the top and or bottom of this
Erebos.
temple where the axe needs to be brought and can break open the seal.
Top or bottom?
Both.
It is a strange inversion of the temple above. The Erebos section is upside down in a way to symbolize the underworld. So the top of the Erebos temple is the farthest point down in the entire structure.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn, anyone friends with the dragon? Ha ha ha.
I am not. But that is what I wish to impart upon you, as this return of Flage is not anything that I care to see happen to Theros. Without people here to be innovative and craft ingenious structures, there is no forge to be lit. There is only fire consuming all.
Yeah, not a pretty sight. Well, it sounds like we should probably skedaddle.
Sounds like we might
Yeah,
need to kill a
definitely.
king.
Don't say it from the back end.
If it comes to it, I don't know how much of Annex's mind remains.
Sounds
We
like we
certainly
must
need to
free
stop
him.
him.
We definitely need to figure out a way that we can possibly remove this curse from him.
But I
Whether
think
that's killing or
getting
not.
that axe away from him is probably the most important thing at the moment. If that axe is the key that opens up the gates of the underworld, then
And
need to
what
make
that
sure
axe do?
we need to make sure it's in safe hands.
I do believe it has also caused many problems for the fellow inhabitants of the Katakathon Mountains, and will likely be a problem for the grasslands of Oreskos below, as the Ferrica-born creatures, these serpents of magma, have sprouted up with him as he goes. So,
Ugh.
So follow the fire trails is basically what you're saying.
I mean, we know where he's going. We just
follow
gotta
the
get
fire
there first.
trails, but also Perforos
true.
and other people have divined and reported things where he is not far from his goal.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
time to be off.
Yeah.
I know you, and
We need
again,
to
not
get
to
some
just say one
seeds.
final word, but I know you had asked for boons previously from Perforos.
Yes, I was gonna ask if you have any.
There is nothing that I or
Help.
him could create for you to help you in this situation. However, the dragon Tectos has amassed quite a bit of wealth and items. I would suggest rooting around there for things.
Take his shit.
Of course. Thank you. We also had a golden bull. Do you want that? One of your guys' golden bulls?
I am aware of your
That help
deeds
you?
with Kratos, and so is Perforos. Our favor is
Ah,
with
very
you
good.
as much as it can be.
Of course.
Is the dragon that King Annex rides of any significance?
Yes, sorry, and the summary of the rest of that, I forgot to talk about the also bad news. It appears the
Oh,
axe
great.
Piling it on.
again, the axe being imbued with the magic of Perforos, of his hammer, has given Anax the ability to dominate the minds of creatures. One of those
Okay.
being Tectos.
There we
Although
go.
Perfect.
Tectos is an intelligent creature. He was gifted the ability to craft by Perforos himself. So he has been fighting King Anax as he has been trying to get to Mount Kier. He's not stopped him completely,
good.
but he has slowed his progression.
So
So he
been
wants
trying.
us to loot. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Gotcha. I think we need to go investigate this cave.
As I walk, do I notice my shadow at all? Takik's pretty on edge now. Takik is not having a good time.
You don't notice your shadow, but as you get closer over here, you can still see the sentinel kind of like digging its hoof into the ground and kind of putting its attention on something across the now cooled lava that isn't actually anything there, but you can hear this sort of like melody, this like flute sound, like a song being played. And as you round the corner, you can see on the ground over there a silhouette of Satyr.
I don't like that.
So it is you.
The silhouette from here walks out through here and kind of disappears into the shadows as it moves past.
Fucking creepy ass. Was he playing like
Not what Andrew was doing
fucking horror
last
movie
session.
music? Yeah.
It's really more of just like a quick paced kind of pipe flute, pan flute, sort of like a. I don't remember classical music well enough. Is March of the Concords kind of like a upbeat, quick sort of thing?
I don't remember that one.
He's playing the Star
particularly.
Spangled Banner.
He's playing the March of the Temple.
I was gonna say he's playing this.
Fucking Undertale.
Oh wait, that's not.
I feel like that's
Is it?
fitting fight music for Xenaghost.
It doesn't seem like fight music. It seems more like just kind of like marching, moving along kind of music.
Are we good to rifle through this this treasure real quick before we leave?
Yeah.
I think we've been instructed to do so. Even
He said loot. This is the first time we've actually been told to just loot at our heart's content.
God, I forgot how bright it is in here.
I'm sprinting. I examined my
examined this
kingdom
one.
here. This is where I made my beautiful march on.
Yeah, so everything
Looks
is
like a
still kind of
toe.
like crusted a bit underneath cooled off magma, but with some time and everyone's combined strength, specifically Athan's, you're able to break away the sort of layer above a lot of the hoard of treasure here. underneath which there is a amount of gold and coins and gems, which we can get into in a second. But there is also, I'm looking at the wrong person's thing. Oh my god, what did I do to Pyrana? I stretched
did you do to her?
Pyrana across the entire screen accidentally.
Ah! A black hole opens up and she spaghettifies.
Okay.
I told her, do not put the hole in the bag.
Boo, 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 boo.
I'll go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. So under the piles of stuff, you find a well-preserved lute, not in the shape of a tree. You also find a well-preserved helmet that has depictions of the different sort of constellations of the pantheon all around it. There are these well-made bracers that are also there, and then a brass horn that has a depiction of a Crowan soldiers fighting minotaurs on it.
I want a gondol.
Picking up all of the money that you can. There are 4 diamonds, 20 assorted gemstones. There is 100 platinum scattered about, 3,000 gold, and 2,200 silver pieces.
Nice.
Damn. I
like
said
that,
I spelled well-preserved loot, L-O-O-T.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it's funny because I wrote down loot, L-O-O-T, and then underneath it I put loot.
What are bracers? Is that a monk thing?
They're like armor for your arms.
So yeah.
I mean, anyone can
yeah.
wear bracers.
Right? Yeah.
As long as you got arms.
the part of the body they go on is your like wrist area, wrist and
Wait, so
forearm.
what do we find?
So a number of money that can be repeated
Money,
at some points in time, but a
We got
helmet
10 gold.
that has all of the gods' constellation symbols on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Well-crafted bracers, a horn made out of brass that depicts a Crowan soldiers fighting minotaurs. It doesn't specify that it's Mogus followers. And then a lute.
A loot, you say?
A
I
well-preserved
think I should have the loot,
and
guys.
crafted lute.
Yeah. Takik's already got one. It's my turn.
Yeah, come on, guys. My songhorn just isn't quite hitting.
All right. Bag it up and
We can investigate it once we're
Yeah.
out of here and resting, possibly.
sounds like a plan. Heading out.
Yep.
All right, make our way out of the cave.
Yeah, you guys are unhindered leaving the cave, and you break out into the semi-fresh air of the lava fields. Definitely much easier to breathe out here than it was inside of there.
Oh, thank God.
I put myself off the map on accident.
How'd you do that?
Fell off the end of the world.
Into the unknown.
It's the end of the world. It's a story.
Stop trying to control your guy. I need to drag him.
Sorry.
Dragon, where?
Try just
Dragging
pressing
these
Control
nuts.
Z because I can't bring you back onto the map.
Control Z doesn't do anything to me. How did it let me
Fucking
go off?
lost to the void.
I don't know, man. I can't even like select you out there.
Let's see. Give it 2 off. I don't know how to. Oh, aha! Right click undo.
Good job. do 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 do. You are in the lava fields currently, by the entrance to the back entrance to Tectos's cave. I don't have a map specifically for that area, but I figured the map of Theros would suffice as a good point to kind of discuss what is happening now.
Keith is flopping on the ground.
Very okay. There you go. There's an arrow there. I was like, it's not very clear where you're going.
I want to write over the words.
Yeah, that was the first thing I was gonna ask: is how far is Mount Cure away? Considering that took us what 5 days to get to where we're at.
Well, we also crossed the lava fields, which I feel like are pretty harsh territory. Maybe going
I
through the
mean-
mountains will be easier.
That's true. That's true.
That
But also, we're
Drawing
still in
has
the lava
begun.
fields.
His hand, right? He's pointing.
He's pointing.
He's pointing.
yeah, that's his hand. But yeah, there is a decent amount of the catachythons that you would be traveling through to get to Mount Cure.
Yeah, we need to go back to Akros and get some get our shit together, and then we can go to Mount Cure.
Did we go back to Akros?
Well, we probably need more rations.
I mean, we can forage, can't we?
That's very true.
Pyrana
Yeah,
Who's to
what's
say
that?
there won't be?
There you
Maybe
go.
there'll be a small village.
Yeah, I'm sure someone lives out here if they haven't been burned to the ground.
That's the
Pyrana
issue.
does speak up, and she's like, it does seem that he has a fair bit of a head start on us, and potentially
They did say he was pretty close as well. Yeah.
and potentially a dragon that is aiding in the ability to get through the mountain range. I would offer my assistance in this regard. However, I know my shortcomings in the previous battle, and I intend to take care of Tectos's cave here, as well as communicating with the flame speakers what is going on that are out here in the
Yeah, I
lava
mean,
fields.
I would think if you could sort of try and like rally your faithful and see if you can do something to slow the deterioration of Perforos, that's probably the most helpful thing you can do at the moment.
Right. I have learned a lot from traveling with you all, both in terms of what is going on and about Theros itself. So, again, I do know that I have been providing a small amount of protection for you guys as you've gone through here, but I am nothing in the face of a red dragon and a man crafted from Perforos himself, let alone
It's fair.
creatures made out of lava.
Will be a worthy foe to fight, for sure. King Annex was a mighty warrior even before his transformation.
Yes,
The road ahead of us is one of danger and challenge.
I am
and
afraid of what he can do.
I welcome it. Anyway,
Well, is there anything we can find in these mountains that might help us traverse the mountain ranges better? Like,
I can jump
is
pretty
there
high.
any, is there any wild horses we can capture?
I mean, not to brag, but Athen could probably run to Mount Curry on his own.
Oh, same.
Not to brag, I could probably run there faster.
I
I
don't
could
think you
definitely
could.
be the fastest.
I definitely think I could.
Regardless, Mount Kier is roughly 7 days away.
Sounds about a good 3.5 for me.
With my skill in the mountains, we shall traverse it faster.
I'm down to just head out. I don't need much convincing. Honestly, Takik's kind of out of it because he feels like
Yeah. Also, we do need to address: are we bringing our enemy with us here? Like, what's going on? Why is your
Yeah,
shadow been following us this whole
Is
time?
he latched onto you like
So as
a
you step out,
parasite?
Takik, as well, since you have been kind of aware of your shadow since that conversation, you step out into the sunlight and your shadow is cast upon the ground again. It is not the shape, it is not the silhouette, and it does not have the red eyes that you have spotted before. It is your shadow.
he appears not to be here right now, but there's no telling when he may visit me again. Now
Like,
that
are
I
we?
know who it is, I may be able to get some information if I catch it at the right time, but I don't think we have a choice unless you want me to return to Akros alone.
No, I'm just like. I feel like we need to be cautious because if he really is the mastermind behind this and we are actively seeking to undo it, he surely won't let us go about our business unimpeded.
Definitely.
I know he's a tricksy fellow. I have no inkling as to what he could possibly pull off. I am fairly certain he was dealt a pretty damning blow when we killed his ass back in Akros, but clearly some part of him still remains. I don't know how powerful that remainder is.
So to be clear, because the story is a bit jumbled, Xenagos gets into Akros. He is not stopped by Acroans. He is there with a hero from legend named Elspeth and her friend Daxos, a former champion of Heliod in legend, but he died pretty recently. Xenagos gets into Akros and ascends to Nyx, but then is dealt with by the Pantheon, which is why Xenagos is not a god.
What caused him to ascend in Akros?
There are a lot of tales of what happened with Elspeth and Daxos. The primary one of people who were around at the time, you yourself included, but you were busy with Cymede, is that he essentially tricked Elspeth into killing Daxos. And that act of breaking into fucking hell, the names, Akros, and tricking somebody else to commit some sort of heinous act of murder seemed to elevate him into Nyx at the very least. The specifics of which are who knows.
Okay. But then pretty immediately the gods said no.
Right. Xenagos never was known in Theros as a god.
Gotcha.
In the proper sense of the term.
How did us as mortals know that he had been cast out from Nyx?
Stories primarily from Heliod and Heliod's worshippers.
Okay,
Yes,
so Heliod
very
is just
wise
like,
in this situation.
Heliod
I threw him
as the
out.
sort of patron of Daxos and partially Elspeth was heavily involved in that whole situation.
Okay. All right. So I guess not killed necessarily, right? Like
Warded.
right, like Heliod never was. Heliod wasn't like we killed him. Heliod said we stopped him from being a god.
Right, cast him
Right.
out of Nyx.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess he is just as powerful as he was before. Not good.
Hmm.
I don't really know what to do about that, though, to be honest.
I think we just stay the course that we've been on. It seems that we haven't been completely thwarted yet, so maybe he's enjoying the show of us attempting to thwart his plans.
Pyrana
Yeah,
does
I mean-
speak up and say, has he hindered you before?
No,
I didn't even know he was here.
Yeah. This is all news. New news.
It seems odd that he would let it get this far if he was against it.
yeah, I'm not sure what is happening, but I figured, I don't know, for some reason I just pieced it together what seems to be going on. So
I
Unless
definitely
he's
don't
just-
trust him.
again,
I'll say that.
I think that I need to sit and spend some time searching out answers from Crewfix. So whatever traveling we can do, I would like to do quickly so I can be somewhere where it is not an active volcano, essentially, where I can relax and let my mind
Yeah.
search for an answer.
Pyrana, how what's the extent of the lava fields if we were to go essentially southeast from here?
You'd be out of them within a day or two.
Okay.
That's ideal.
Also, if you're leaving us behind, then we won't have your protection going forward.
True. Although you all seemed fairly competent.
We try.
I'm sure we could make it out of here in orderly fashion. What time of day is it, by the way?
You guys traveled for most of the day to get here, so it is
Right.
probably around like 6.
Well, I can't give us any sort of protection from the elements at this time, so I think if we start traveling now, maybe we can find a better location than this. But also, the cave seems to be empty, so maybe it's better to stay near the entrance for now.
Yeah, entrance is fine. I don't think we should go in there with the gases.
Agreed.
Definitely not.
All right. Yeah. Fine by me.
I agree as well.
Just camping outside the cave.
Yeah.
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 Did the bull wait for us, or did he move on?
Kratos is here. Yeah, he's still out here.
Yay.
Is the bird still here as well?
You can make a perception check to take into your surroundings, as the bird has been much more elusive than. You do spy the bird on top of a cliff nearby, looking down at you guys,
Okay.
still resting.
Everything is pain. Okay.
There is time in the day to spend with the magic items before everybody starts taking turns on watch. So if you guys wish to do that to learn more about the items you have taken from Tektos' horde.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll
Definitely.
give the loot a little love. Start playing it.
Let's see.
Investigate the armor.
Arm. Or
Yeah.
This is the loot, which you figure out from your time with it.
how?
Hey yo.
I'm just editing the other ones so that you guys will have them to look at. These are the bracers.
Mm.
Here is the horn. And here
And this shit's
is
crazy.
the helm.
Oh,
Damn, that shit looks sick.
The gods.
Helm
Oh,
of the gods.
wondrous item.
Well, I guess I'm taking the horn because I don't think either of you guys can use it.
Sorry, saying goodnight to Athena. What is your Nyxborn legend battle?
That's kind of the myth of the Tovian Fields, which is
They-
a commonly known myth about the essentially like the realms of the gods and Nyx.
I would definitely not mind the gauntlets myself, but
I think that
to
was the
keep-
plan.
Those seem good for you.
Yeah,
I'm just running. It don't matter.
that's what I figured.
This helm is interesting.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't know all these spells off the top of my head.
I know guiding bolt. Oh yeah.
Boy, do you.
Oh, they got good berry, bro.
Thunderous smite.
Yeah,
No-
sounds
None of us
interesting.
are praying to that fucking rat bastard.
Got his ass.
Dissonant Whispers, I already got that one. Krufix. You
Krufix, my homie.
my dog. Um
I mean, I definitely think
does this increase your
um
DC? Or your AC? Sorry. No.
The bracers?
no.
No, the Helm of the Gods.
No.
No.
Yeah, I definitely don't want or need the bracers because I have armor. You can pray to one of the gods. I'll be honest, Takik isn't gonna wear a helmet, so with the horns and all.
It doesn't fit
That's
my
fair.
horns.
The horn is hilarious. I'm just gonna keep my Das Loot. Das Loot, man.
Yeah, I would say anyone would be good for the horn, but it does say requires proficiency in all weapons to use,
Yeah.
which I don't think either of you do have.
Nope.
So to avoid a bunch of Acroan hoplites attacking us, probably best that you don't blow it.
I definitely think that's right up your alley.
I do greatly enjoy it.
So I don't really think the helm is quite up my alley. But or the helm.
Slightly out of game description of what will happen with that horn, by the way. I'm going to give you guys the Acroan tokens, the Acroan Hoplite tokens. So whoever wishes to use them in combat, it's going to be on you guys because I'm not running those NPCs.
Done. No sweat. Okay, I'll take the horn for sure. If neither of you guys want the helm, I'll take that as well. I don't think I'm attuned to anything at the moment. I guess the glaive required attunement, I think.
Would you attune to 3 items or 2?
You can
Oh,
attune to 3.
I have the ring as well. Does someone else want the ring? By the way, multiple times during that last combat, I tried to think if I should use it, and it ended up not being fully worth my action economy.
What's the ring do?
You can cast
Light.
dancing lights or light. You can summon, or you can cast fairy fire. You can summon balls of lightning that float around and hurt people, or you can shoot
Fairy fire.
little motes of fire at people.
I mean, I already have daylight.
So the fire isn't going to be super helpful, at least for these coming battles. But...
No. We have so many.
I So I have this mask, so I don't know if it would be more beneficial for Rocky to have it to run around up on the walls and stuff. So I could just part with that, just so we have. If I have a free charge of light, also it'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I need the ring per se because I have my ranged attacks already, as well as the ability to cast daylight. So on top of having dark vision as well.
I mean, yeah, I think the
So I
light
don't
is
think I
definitely the best
really
thing Athen
need.
gets out of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
The primary function of the ring, though, is the ball lightning.
Yeah, no, the ball lightning is pretty good.
Yeah,
sure.
I'll take the ring. So I guess for the mask, I don't really need the mask. I think
I don't know, have you ever? What does the mask do?
that's where I can walk on the walls, basically.
Oh, I thought that was just
I'd
because you were
enjoy
a
it.
goat.
Nah.
I 100% thought that was you just being a goat.
No, you can move up and down and across vertical surfaces and along ceilings while leaving your hands free.
Oh, okay.
But actually, that might be better for me just because I could hide out of reach and play some cool
True.
songs.
I don't think I technically need that either.
Oh, why don't we
'cause
just like
I'm more mobile?
put the ring in a bag or something?
I mean, I have the slots. I can still keep it attuned. I was just wondering if anyone else wanted it.
Okay.
Because I like
I'm
the
good without it.
armbands.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I'm attuned to this fucking fire thing right now. God damn it. I guess I'm going to unattune to the. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it while we travel. takes an hour to attune.
Yep.
How do you where do you check the attunement stuff?
It just says it in the description.
There's no
Right.
place to mark it on your character sheet. I
Okay.
would just choose one of the boxes on your bio to write it down.
Okay. Because I have the orb, but I don't think that the
Did you use the orb in the last fight? You did, right? You turned
Oh,
it on before we went in.
yeah. No, I've had it
Okay.
on for like, I think it. How long does it last?
It's there
think
forever until it gets
I think
destroyed.
it's permanent. Yeah.
Like it can be disabled through like dispel magic or an anti-magic field or something like that, and it can be targeted by enemies, but
Yeah.
it just hovers around your head for as long as it's not hindered.
I think I can. You can use an action. Oh, I can just stow it too if I want to. Okay. So yeah, stone isn't attuned. Cloak of elemental absorption. I don't really have any information on that for some reason. I can't remember if I had to attune to that or not. I probably did though.
It should say on the item if you have to.
So I just have it popped under my purchased items. And it doesn't give me any description.
Should be in the book
Oh,
section.
right.
And scroll down. Yeah, purchased. If you click on it, it should pop out.
Oh
It's
no,
like-
I did. It just doesn't have a description in the game. So I could just look it up online.
So oh, is that only in the GM? Got it. It does require it
Maybe.
to, but I don't know why it's only
Okay.
in the GM. I was like, I swear it has one.
No, I figured it did. I just I could see it.
Okay, it should be updated.
Perfect. There we go. Cool. Okay, then with the gauntlets, I'd have 2 items that are attuned to me.
That is 3 or less.
That is. And no one has to remove any items, right? Everyone's still under 3
Yeah.
or at 3. Okay, cool.
I have to. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'll have attuned. I'll probably unattune to the cloak and put it away once we get out of the lava fields.
I mean, might still be useful to have fire resistance considering we're gonna go fight a dragon.
And a guy who wields a weapon created.
Yeah, I would say
Forge
the
god
cloak is
that
probably
drips lava.
Hey, you
Yeah.
gotta catch me first. You know what
definitely
I'm
worth it.
saying?
Yeah, is evasiveness the thing you want, or is the resistance the thing you want? That's really what it comes down to. Which it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably.
No lie, if you don't want that cloak, 100% I'll take it.
100%.
Athens not about chugging the
yeah.
rest of the potions.
I'll take that resistance any day.
Well, for now, I will keep it on.
For the sake of it, by the way, you all have gotten time for a short rest before the need for watches as well.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man. We get some Song of Rest.
Oh yeah, what does that do? Beginning attack, use soothing. Oh, here you go. Here I
Nice.
go. I'm gonna orate a tale.
I'm gonna orate a tale. Sounds so bad. Pyrana does mention if you guys are just resting outside of the cave, she sees no reason to abandon you on watch duties.
I mean, yeah, she's got to rest up before she can travel the next day anyway, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could just not be a bitch. Where are my hit dice? How many? What do I have? One. I do hit
Nice.
dice so not often that I forget how to do it every single time.
It happens.
I can't remember. Would I still have a D4 for my hit dice? That does not seem.
You've never had a D4
No.
for your hit dice.
No one does. If you go to
Why
the
is it-
center column of your character sheet where it says
Right.
hit dice and you just click the words hit dice, it'll roll it for
Mhm.
you.
Oh shit!
Okay. Why is it saying D4 though?
You probably didn't update it.
Hold up. Where is it supposed to be? I haven't used hit dice this campaign.
Yours should be a D8. Both of yours should be a D8.
How do I see that? Why is it not on like?
Well, so
My-
Jockey says hit dice D8. I'm looking at it right now.
On my screen, it's
Are you
D4 plus
high?
2.
Do you
I-
You're looking
have
at the
like
wrong thing, brother.
I
something
can't tell
turned
you.
on?
Where?
Because
How
like
do I fucking modify this shit?
I can press it.
I mean,
you hit the D6 right there, and you make it say D8 or the
Oh,
D4.
I just swapped it to a D8 because but it was at a D4 when I first rolled it.
Okay, well it's rolling properly now. I clicked on it. You
Okay.
can see.
There we go. It's working for me too. What the fuck?
Have I really not let you guys short rest like this entire campaign?
I've definitely
I
used
just
it before.
don't think I've needed to use hit dice yet.
I haven't had to at all. Okay, so
And we get 1d6.
is mine is a
from
D8
that.
too?
Yes.
Why
It's
can't
based
I
off
find this
your
on my
character
like?
class.
Why does yours say D4 as well, Takik? What the fuck?
I haven't had to use it. I've been bouncing in and out, running left and right.
Oh my god.
Bouncing on cock and balls. What's up?
Anyway,
We're really all
I
losing
just-
our minds, aren't we?
I'm just irritated that I can't find my hit dice on this fucking sheet that I made.
D6. Boom. Oh, only 2. Fuck it. 10 hit points. All right, we'll take it.
I'm taking the
And remember-
4.
for every roll, you add your con modifier. So every dice that you roll, besides the Song of Rest dice, you add your con modifier.
So I add 0.
It should be adding that already to.
Yeah, mine
Looks like it
was.
is.
Right. I'm just reminding you guys.
Thank you.
All right, that's enough of that. God damn it. So I got 10.
You all do gain 10 piety, by the way.
Oh shit!
Shitballs, Batman.
Oh shit.
That's a lot of piety.
There were individual points
That
where
is
I was
a lot of
supposed to be telling
piety.
you that you were earning piety, but then it kind of all got clumped together.
We did just get 10, so that was pretty quick. Did I get it for telling them the secret of my shadow?
I mean, I guess in the moment you would know if I was more prevalent with telling you guys about the piety stuff. So I mean, part of the journey here and doing this for whichever reasons you had with whichever deities you have as part of that piety. And yes, the secret of the shadow was also a very Crufix move to do.
Very cool.
Behold, I am your god. um,
Oh, dude, fuck. I need to get I need to get up to 25 piety. I get resistance to fire damage once I hit that.
Ha.
say some prayers on the drive over, dude.
Dude, I'm about to commune. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently, at 25, my mage hand gives me +2 AC against range attacks, so that's pretty cool. I get a whole 15.
But aside from all of that, is anybody doing anything before you begin your watches?
I guess, I
Mhm.
mean, aside from attuning, no.
Yeah, I'm probably just attuning as well. Maybe checking on the cow, making sure, boy's got plenty to eat. Give him a couple of gold shillings. I don't know what he eats.
He does
So-
kind of munch on the sort of landscape around, not the like vegetation, whatever like small amounts grow, but like you think he consumes minerals and stuff like that. He does seem to like turn towards the gold when it is offered, if you offer it, or whatever monetary
will.
value you offer.
Did we tell Jacob how much gold we got?
I'll
I
offer him
didn't, I
2
didn't
Oh.
repeat it, but I assume
Yeah.
Jake has gold of his own that he can give to.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
I definitely do.
So, we can split this up. I don't. Does a Piranha want gold?
I don't need any of the money.
Okay.
Good.
So nice.
Is one of those weird things where we got 3 people. The
We got 4 diamonds, 20 assorted gemstones, 100 platinum, 3,000 gold, and 2,200 silver pieces.
If it makes the
3,000
money work
gold.
out better, I'll take it. But again,
No.
I don't need it.
so it's going to be
Well-
33 platinum per person, and then someone can have the remainder.
I'll
It
just
actually
take
does work
33.
out.
I'm okay with that.
It does work out 1,000 gold per person. And then we get 733 silver.
Period.
And then someone gets an extra silver. I guess we can give the platinum and silver to Piranha.
The extras, yeah. Thank you.
We'll take your cloak now. Ha ha ha.
My
kid.
cloak does not provide the same resistance.
Then we shall mate.
Wait,
What?
what?
Uh,
That also
Athen has
doesn't
also
provide the
no-
same resistance.
Athen has no need for diamonds or gemstones as well if someone wants those.
Oh, I'll definitely take those. Whatever.
I mean, I
however
wouldn't
many.
mind adding some gemstones to my collection.
You are a cat. You do like shiny things.
I do.
I guess I'll just note that. And where do you usually put that? In, like,
There's
your-
a treasure section on the bio page.
treasures. Oh, that's
Hey.
where I put my attuned items.
Put them
Put it
both.
there. 2
Items or
diamond,
treasure.
10 assorted gemstones.
was the watch order? I know Draki's last.
I'll go
Mhm.
first.
I'm second.
I'm gonna be on watch, but I'm also gonna try and meditate as much as I can also.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm gonna say that he's again pretty preoccupied and like trying to be on watch, but also like Takik's mind is just racing at this point and just like really trying to piece together what's been happening. So I will say that he is a little distracted going into this,
Okay.
even though he is a creature of strong mental fortitude. This like potentially putting everything at risk has kind of thrown him a little bit.
Got it. Can you make me a perception check at disadvantage then?
Yes. Of course, I rolled halfway decent.
We love to see it.
So your mind is a little bit plagued at the moment of all of these thoughts going through your head. The one place that is often somewhere that people of Theros look to for answers, and especially in your case, is Nyx, the sky above. And looking up, even though your mind is preoccupied, you see present in the constellations above, there is the sort of as it kind of presents itself as this silhouette in the sky, the four-armed silhouette of Krufix, and flanked on either side, there is Iroas and Heliod standing there together in the sky.
Oh hell yeah!
However, your watch does not provide you with any understanding or greater insight into what might be going on.
Wait, this is a short rest?
So this is
Are we
after you
long?
guys have short rested and have started your watch for the night.
Oh,
So
got it. Okay.
Draki, Pyrana, and Athan are honk shoeing at the moment,
Indeed.
and you're racking your mind about the things that you have said you're thinking of, and sort of in your time where you're supposed to be keeping an eye on if anything's happening that would endanger the party. That's what you notice.
That definitely provides some peace for Taki because he feels that he's being given a sign that he's on the right path.
Do you go to wake up Athan?
Meow, meow, meow.
What?
Behold, behold. I'll point out the constellations to him.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, no, it's really cool. Like halfway through a sentence, he just passes out, just complete exhaustion.
Athan, please make me a perception check.
Can. Just a good old
old
average
12.
roll.
Yep. You two are sort of enamored by this constellation of the three prevalent deities amongst the party, being present for all together for the first time since your journey with everybody here. However, there is nothing of note beyond that. And Pyrana, I believe, is next. Fucking the Sailor Moon thing. So the next thing that happens here, Draki, you find yourself awakening, not by being shaken awake by Pyrana, and you find Takik and Athan also awakening at this point in time. The three of you looking around realize you are not where you were in the lava fields.
Ah, shit.
Oh fuck.
You are somewhere that is familiar to Takik. And from what you guys have heard of in legend, my Roll20 is being a little bit weird, so you might need to scroll to find where you are. Should just be down, I think. I can't drag you guys there. You find yourself in a place that is the same facade as Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx, under
keep
a
saying it.
starless sky.
Adam's like pointing at this guy, but where? Where'd they go?
Takik, the same, you feel, starless sky that you fell asleep under at the beginning of this whole journey. And for the sake of not getting into anything else, that is where the session pretty much ends.
I will say,
Okay.
because this is the end of the long rest, and seeing this, Athens just gonna be like, Aroas, help me, and use that for his charge for Helm of the Gods for that day.
Okay. Yeah, you have long rested. That has not been hindered.
Cool. Needed it just a little bit.
Right?
Where did that go? Okay. When do you?
All right.
It is a
Well done, everyone.
It is a big map, so you might need to zoom out to see what it is that you can actually see.
It's a big ass temple
Yeah.
of sorts.
I
Of
want
sorts.
Roll20 to work so I can show you guys the fucking. I can Control Z the thing.
Control Z that thing.
But Roll20 is really blowing its brains out on my laptop right now. It's also probably convenient to have that as the cutoff point because Roll20 really does not want me to do this. But yeah.
Hell yeah. The lore thickens.
It's very nice.
Until next time.
Indeed. Thank you.